Hello seekers, welcome to Puneit's Astrology's Hiranyah's channel, and you are watching another episode on Nakshatra video. Now Nakshatra video has received kind of a response which has pushed me to make more Nakshatra detailed videos, and this time I am going to break down Jupiter retrograde in Rohhini Nakshatra, because Jupiter will go retrograde from Mrigashira to Rohhini on 28th of November until 4th of February. This will be in the retrograde motion in Rohhini Nakshatra, and then it becomes direct in Rohhini on 4th of February, and then it moves forward in Rohhini, and then again it moves back to Mrigashira. But for the forward direct motion in Rohhini, I will make another video later on. This video will focus only on what is Rohhini Nakshatra, what is retrograde Jupiter, and when you combine both of them, you kind of get the purity of life, the mindfulness and introspection that will push one into the path of spirituality. Let's discuss that in detail. And if you want to know more about your own horoscope, you can book a consultation. You can email me if you want to book a consultation. And if you want to know a snapshot of your life, if you want to know all about your horoscope, your divisional charts, your dasha, mahadasha, about your personality, some basic traits, some snapshot, some overview of all the yogas in the horoscope, and some guidance about your life for the next 10 years. Also, if you want to know in depth about numerology of your name, of your date of birth, you can book a system generated Kundali PDF report, which is a guidance to your horoscope, especially if you're a layman and if you have just started the journey in Vedic astrology. And if you want to connect me on Instagram for reels and other interesting stuff, you can join me. The link is in the description box below. Do connect with me on YouTube and Patreon, and do subscribe this channel, share the video among family and friends so that you don't miss another update. Do you know the key themes of retrograde Jupiter in Rohhini is about introspection, your reassessment of belief, your growth, and something that is related to creation. So this is a very creative transit. Stick to the end of the video and you will also get to know more about your own ascendant. Let's discuss and let's break down Jupiter in Rohhini, but this time in reverse motion. So Jupiter is going to go retrograde from Mrigashira to Rohhini Nakshatra, from Mars to Moon's Nakshatra on 28th of November. And this is 3-4 days after Mercury has gone retrograde from Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Just it touched the Gandanta and it came back. This is also 1 week, 10 days before Mars becomes retrograde. So you see so much of retrograde energies coming into play, and Moon is getting affected heavily here. Why? Because Rohhini is a nakshatra which is ruled by the Moon. Its symbol is an ox cart, symbolizing fertility, symbolizing transport, and symbolizing prosperity and nurturing ability. It is emotionally driven, and remember, Moon is very comfortable in Rohhini. Moon loves this nakshatra because this nakshatra is a symbol of beauty, fertility, art, craft, creativity, and material abundance. Now, when Jupiter retrograde goes into this nakshatra, you will try to reassess what abundance is for you. What is richness for you? Is health a wealth, or is wealth defined by something else for you? Jupiter will bring that holistic approach, a deep inner reflection, and it will give you great personal growth, and it will also work on your faith and belief system. It will try to make you revisit some long-held belief, something that you have been holding from very long time, something that you trusted from a very long time, and it will question you. So a retrograde Jupiter in Rohhini Nakshatra is more like Arjuna asking the question through Bhagwan Krishna. Therefore, remember this. Reading Bhagavad Gita and absorbing Bhagavad Gita and translating into your own personal life, quote by quote, shlok by shlok, is going to be the best remedy and the best thing that you can do in this lifetime, because this time a retrograde Rohhini Jupiter will only happen after 12 years. So once in 12 years you get this opportunity when Jupiter becomes retrograde in this nakshatra, and next time Jupiter may or may not be retrograde in Rohhini. It may be retrograde just in Mrigashira. You have to see the 12-year or 24-year cycle of Jupiter for that. Now, Jupiter is expansion. Retrograde can be sudden expansion. It can be over the top expansion. So it can be a blessing for a lot of people. It's like over fertility. It's like overdoing something. But too many cooks will spoil the soup. Same thing will happen when Jupiter is retrograde. Doing too much can actually affect you in a negative way. Now, this expansion can also be countered by the retrograde. Remember, a retrograde is also to reverse something. It is a crooked way, vakri. So it can slow your progress. It can make you rethink about the progress. Maybe you were running fast, you were ignoring your health, and now you suddenly realize that wealth is not money, but it is health. And because you have been ignoring it, now your definition changes. So now your pace towards material success changes, and you are redirecting that energy to internal development. Rohhini is a emotionally driven nakshatra, and Venus also has a lot of influence on this nakshatra. Why? Because Venus is the Rashi Lord where this entire nakshatra is placed. So Jupiter, Moon and Venus combination gives rise to the power of creation, give rise to the power of new beginnings. It helps you move into the field of beauty, luxury, so makeup industry, fashion industry. Students connected to these fields, anything creative, designing, will see great positive boost. Even spiritual growth will also see a great positive change in your case. A lot of people who are aligned materially will be now aligning spiritually. This can be a new spiritual wave and much needed wave in the chaos that is happening right now. Now, what is the fundamental aspect of retrograde in Rohhini? You will revisit your goals. It can make you review your financial goals, your financial plannings, and it will make your material desire lessen up. And when your relationship is only about luxury and comfort, when you are too tied materially, Jupiter will question that. Do not just see Jupiter retrograde in Rohhini alone. You need to counter it with Mars retrograde in the sign of Cancer. That too in Pushya Nakshatra, which means this can create food scarcity in some parts of the world, something which is acute, something which makes you remember what is really important for you, a branded cloth or a nice grain of wheat, something that you can consume. This is where the Jupiter is going to take a negative turn. It is teacher's way of scolding you. It's a Jupiter's way of scolding you that Mother Nature needs to be protected. Now, to do that, you need to ask the question whether what you're doing is of moral value or it's immoral, or is it going to put you into a different kind of pedestal? Will it help you rise spiritually, or it is going to be just the Venusian aspect of it? Because Jupiter, when it combines with the Venus and Moon, it makes the luxury valuable. It's like meditating in a resort in your own comfort. You're utilizing that comfort for something positive and not ruining your mind, heart and soul. You're not selling your soul for success. Also, spiritualizing materialism. So there is an opportunity to find a deeper connection between material success and spiritual purpose. That's what Vaza is saying, and it will inspire you to use wealth for good use. So a lot of charity work done during this time will help you in the long run. Now, creative reflection is another theme of Jupiter transit. Rohhini's energy, and the creator, the lord of Rohhini is Prajapati Brahma, and Rohhini's creative energies can inspire artistic and intellectual aspects. Retrograde motion shows being perfectionist. You revise, you redo, you rework and revisit the same thing again and again. And this means that someone who is having an OCD should be very careful. But what you will do is you might focus on breaking and rebuilding rather than launching new initiative. This is where the retrograde problems comes. That it has excess, it wants to break because it is not perfect. So do not break things that are imperfect. See its proper utility and use. Now, when Venus, Moon and Jupiter will help you in the relationship front. It will trigger marital relations, good marital relations, marriages, relationships throughout the world. The only problem is that retrograde Jupiter means you are going to see mismatch in expectations. You will see that there are emotional conflicts, there are emotional challenges, and unfulfilled desire. Someone who is coming from old trauma need to release this, and this is where the healing energy comes into picture. Connecting with a healing practitioner, energy healing, spiritual energy healing practitioner, discussing the issues, releasing the negative energy, using the methods of energy healing will really, really help you in the long run. Now, the karmic lesson is that you have to focus on balancing the thing. You have to focus on balancing the pran and the apan. You need to focus on the positive as well as negative. So if you balance and if you nurture things without attachment, the retrograde Jupiter energy will be very positive. Now, practically, you need to show a lot of patience and avoid showing rush decisions to finance, relationship, or any creative pursuit. Rather than revisiting them is a good option. Because retrograde energies will always favor planning and reflection over action. Spiritual practices is very much important. You need to engage into spiritual practices, meditation, learning occult, and as I said in the beginning, reading Bhagavad Gita. Because the balance of wisdom and material approach will make you live in Maya without being attached to the Maya. Now, focus on gratitude. It's a very important note that you have to take. Show gratitude to the universe for whatever you have. Just say thank you. Feel blessed, feel optimistic. And you need to revisit your past projects to refine. And on the material side, say you're a businessman, you need to focus on redeveloping ideas. Any ideas that comes in your mind to refine something, try to implement it. Now let's discuss what is in store for your ascendant. Aries. If you're an Aries ascendant, a retrograde Jupiter in Rohhini will be in the second house, bringing your attention to family and wealth. Focus on material decisions, financial decisions, and maybe you need to revisit and redo your financial planning. You will find some mistakes there, and you need to listen to the elderly in the family. The guidance will come, but you should not show impulsive behavior or react emotionally. This can create certain challenges related to property, but it will be resolved very soon depending upon your dasha or antardasha. Do not overeat, otherwise the fat in your body will increase and might affect your overall health and overall productivity. Taurus. In case of Taurus, Jupiter will be retrograding in your ascendant on Rohhini Nakshatra. This may make you feel connected back, like you are feeling reconnected with your own self. This is the time for inner reflection, and this will give you more strength and courage to fight all the odds. This is a retrograde Jupiter, which means this is retrograde 8th Lord in your Rohhini Nakshatra in your first house, and this means this is creative transformation. Someone who is into creative field, someone who is into fashion industry, someone who is a model, someone who loves to, play with your hairstyle, maybe this is a golden opportunity to strike some good things. But overall, you will see spiritually you are evolving. This is the time to connect with your body through yoga and pranayam. Time to reinvent yourself. Gemini. In case of Gemini, retrograde Jupiter falls in the Rohhini Nakshatra in 12th house. This means that your mind will run in far-fetched areas. You will see a lot of philosophical aspects of life. You will be deeply connected to the spirituality, and you would want to stay alone or move to a place which is rather lonely, or I will say in silence. This is the time to visit some mountains and meditate in silence. The more emotionally connected you are with your roots, the more you are true to your heart and soul, the better your life will be. You will have to revisit your financial planning, especially the expenses that you have planned for next 1 year. Cancer. For Kark Lagna, Jupiter retrograde in Rohhini will be in the 11th house. This is the time where your connections, network connections will close and rebuild. Some lost ties will become available now. You will connect with them again, and in certain cases you will not be able to connect with people whom you have loved and have a long-term connection. That means some will be connected, some will remain disconnected, but that's a part of life, and that is how you have to proceed. What you should do is you should stay positive, you should stay true to your heart, you should not leave your own true nature. You will also see that your connection with your children will also be redefined, especially if you are an elderly. For Leo Ascendant, this is the time when Jupiter becomes retrograde in Rohhini Nakshatra in your 10th house. 10th house energies are connected to being comfortable in your career, in your Karma Kshetra, in your field where you execute your power. This will make you more powerful. Your creative solution, your creative thinking might give you a way out in difficult situation, and that will bring praise and promotion. So career wise, reputation wise, this is the time to maybe rethink on your position in your career, whether you are in the right domain, whether it is the right career for you. And in the end, you will end up choosing the right path for yourself. Even sticking to the current job is the right path. That decision, that connection you have to make after long thinking and revisiting. Don't take hasty or hush decisions. Jupiter will be retrograde in Rohini in your 9th house, symbolizing change of belief system, strengthening of the belief system by revisiting, question a lot of things at this time, figure out, be a seeker, be an explorer. This is the time when you will connect with your Guru, and you can get connected with Spirit Guru. That means Guru who is not in the body but in its energy form. Praying to Mata Mahalakshmi is going to be a very good way to manage your spiritual energies. Also doing Kriya Yoga, Pranayam, general yoga, and connecting with mentors and teachers, finding guidance from anywhere around the world is the best way to manage Jupiter energy that is retrograde in the 9th house. Long-term travel, and you may plan to unlearn and relearn a lot of things. Go for it. Libra. Now in case of Libra, Jupiter will be in this Venusian Rashi and Moon's Nakshatra in retrograde motion in your 8th house. Positive transformation, creative transformation for you. Life is going to show different meanings, and you will see your intuition to increase. This is also going to re-establish the connection with your in-laws. This is also going to make you rethink about your investments and insurances. Jupiter is going to expand your wealth by proper planning. You will also see that some decisions that you have taken have to be reversed, and you have to rework on those decisions, those financial aspects of life. But overall, this is a positive transit. Now for Scorpio, Jupiter retrograde in Rohini will be in the 7th house. This will re-establish the relationship with your spouse. This will rekindle the love, but this time you will be more creative, and this is more of a romantic transit. But you will also have to see the dharma side of everything. That means this can break any unexpected or unwanted relations that you have in life, and will make you or force you to follow the path of dharma. Business wise, this is going to expand your business, especially if it is in the creative field. Sagittarius will see Jupiter retrograde in 6th house in Rohini. This will make you comfortable with what you have. You will be able to utilize your resources positively, and your business will expand, your career will expand, and new roles and responsibilities will come in the limelight, and you will be able to become more successful. And this is a blessing in disguise. And a direct Jupiter may not have given you much, but a retrograde Jupiter will end up giving you a lot than expected. Capricorn will see retrograde Jupiter in the 5th house, and this means that connection with your children will be re-evaluated. You will also see that you are rediscovering new things in life, you are learning new things, and 5th house being the house of Purva Punya and Mantra, you need to be connected with Mantra Jap. So this time chant Vishnu Sahasranam or Vishnu Shodash Nam Stotra. For Capricorn, Jupiter aspects your Ascendant and 9th house. The guidance of the Guru, maybe you will meet your Guru during this time, but this will make you more comfortable. And even if you don't have a Guru, treat Bhagwan Hanuman or Shankar or Bhagwan Mahavishnu as your Guru. Aquarius will see Jupiter presence in 4th house. This means expansion of wealth, expansion of assets, and you will rethink about your stay in your house. You will rethink about the property and assets and your decisions towards those areas of life. This can be very challenging. This can be very positive also. This also shows that you are on renovation. This might mean that you're buying a property or a car or expanding your assets. It also shows that you may become a little bit miser also. You may become a little bit poorer by becoming richer. I mean poorer by heart. So try to donate, try to be more charitable during this time. For Pisces, Jupiter retrograde in Rohini will be in the 3rd house, showing the power of creativity comes to your hand. You will become more creative, you will become more poetic during this time, but overdoing creativity will only become comic. So don't create a joke of yourself by being complacent where you should not be, by overdoing things where you should not, by becoming possessive when you should not, but try to balance things. And when you try to balance it, you will see a retrograde Jupiter with high Chestabal in Rohhini will make you pull off some remarkable achievements, especially if you're in the field of sports. Jupiter retrograde in the 3rd house will aspect the 9th house, which means you have the key to your destiny. And if you can use it wisely, if you know what to do, if you are into the right guidance, you will be executing some remarkable stuff in your life. Career or personal life, Jupiter will end up supporting you, but your expression needs to be weighed out, balanced, and you need to know what you're speaking before you speak. But overall, it's a very positive transit. So that's about the 12 ascendant. And Jupiter will also impact the moon sign in the similar manner. Just you have to see that from the psychological perspective. Jupiter being in the moon's nakshatra will affect more to the people who are a Cancer ascendant, who are Cancer moon sign, whose moon is in Taurus because Jupiter is on the moon right now, and who are born in moon's nakshatra, such as Rohhini, Hasta or Shravana, who is running a moon Mahadasha or Antardasha, or if your ascendant lord is with moon. These are the few cases where Jupiter's impact will be a little higher. Jupiter retrogression may make you a little more emotional. It can be a little overwhelming if you want to know the negative side of it. More will be discussed on my Patreon channel because I will reveal some more secrets about Jupiter in Rohhini on my Patreon channel. Do subscribe me there, and let's also connect there, because there I speak something, some angle or some aspect or some perspective which cannot be shared on a public platform like YouTube. If you're an astro enthusiast, do join me there. So hope this Jupiter retrograde in Rohhini will give us a creative approach and some positive approach and optimistic approach in life. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, namaste.